rescue helicopters assemble near the site in the French Alps where an Airbus 320 operated by Lufthansa's Germanwings crashed. It's believed all 150 passengers and crew on board were killed. The flight was traveling from Barcelona to Dusseldorf when it went down in an area high in the mountain range. 1 minute after reaching cruising altitude, the plane began descending, falling for 8 minutes before the crash, according to Germanwings managing director Thomas Winkelmann.
Der Kontakt des Flugzeuges zu den
The aircraft's contact with French radar, French air traffic controllers, ended at 10:53 a.m. at an altitude of about 6,000 feet. The plane then crashed.
Verunglückt.
The accident happened in an alpine region known for skiing, hiking, and rafting, which is hard for search teams to reach. Once they do, they will be on the lookout for black boxes that could hold answers to why the plane crashed. As the teams gathered, weather was reported to be closing in, while at airports in Barcelona and Dusseldorf, relatives of those on board waited for news.
Authorities in Northern California are searching for a 29-year-old woman who has been reported kidnapped. Denise Huskin's boyfriend told police that she was abducted from his home northeast of San Francisco on Monday and that she's being held for ransom.
I know that she just didn't let somebody come and take her. I know that. She would have put up a fight.
Police say Huskin's boyfriend, 30-year-old Aaron Quinn, called around 2 p.m. and that he said she was taken in the middle of the night.
A question that we all wonder is why? Why so long? You know, was he incapacitated, or what? You know, was there a reason that it took so long? Did he feel threatened?
Police say Quinn is not a person of interest. Much of the search is focusing on the waterways around Mare Island, where Huskins was allegedly abducted.
And the search dogs have hinted at an area that they're looking at through sonar as well. So the intention is for the dive team to go into the water and discover, or I should say, to look at what this object that they've discovered to be.
Authorities say a car that's registered to Quinn was also taken. It has since been found. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
Tonight for Muslims in Irving. This after the city just approved a resolution that they say is aimed at persecuting their religion. Jeff Paul on the story, joining us live tonight, where Irving's mayor is defending this boat that went down. Jeff?
Well, Doug, tempers flared here inside City Hall in Irving as council members voted and approved on this resolution right here in support of a House bill that forbids any use of any foreign law. Now, it was a more symbolic vote, but many Muslims who were inside tonight say they feel like they're being targeted and that it further solidifies Islamophobia.
Please vote.
In 5 seconds, the Irving City Council physically will change nothing.
And that motion passes 5-4.
But mentally, for the dozens of Muslims who packed inside City Hall, they say it crushes them.
I think it is the most disgraceful day as a citizen in Irving.
What Omar Solomon is talking about is the approved city resolution that supports House Bill 562. The proposed legislation codifies that U.S. and state laws supersede foreign laws.
The elephant in the room is that it's the anti-Sharia bill.
Many Muslims believe it's in reaction to a new Islamic tribunal that was just created in Irving earlier this year. The Muslim judges told us in February it was religious mediation for civil disputes like marriage and not binding.
This bill does not mention at all Muslim, Sharia law, Islam, even religion.
The mayor telling the crowd it's important to recognize the Constitution and unite behind U.S. and Texas laws.
Respect them, obey them, embrace them.
Muslims like Solomon say it's that rhetoric that furthers the stigma they say endangers them.
All we can do is we can take it to the ballot box. I mean, we will vote.
Now, state lawmakers in support of this House bill say it should get a reading later this month at a state judicial meeting, but it still has a long road before it sees any votes or is passed into law. Reporting live tonight here in Irving, I'm Jeff Paul, CBS 11 News.
It's hard to say the mindset of the suspect as to his motive, but yet, obviously he's armed. officers are responding to a call for service, and it's unfortunate that this person had the nerve, the audacity to shoot at our officers that were responding to a call for service for assistance.
This has been San Jose's darkest hour. Our hearts go out to the family, the friends and colleagues of the fallen officer. The assailant will be brought to justice.
Our officers set up a perimeter around the residence. It is our belief at this time that the suspect is still there inside the residence. We're still in the process, as I mentioned, of evacuating the nearby residence for the safety of our citizens before we proceed with any further steps.
At approximately 5:30 p.m. tonight, a Wisconsin State Patrol trooper was following a subject vehicle that matched the description of a bank robbery suspect. In the 100 block of North Burger Parkway in the city of Fond du Lac, there was contact made and an exchange of gunfire. Both the trooper and the suspect were killed in the exchange of gunfire. We are not searching for any other suspects at this time, and there is no remaining danger to the community. The Wisconsin Department of Justice, Division of Criminal Investigation, is leading the investigation.
On top of a developing story right now with the mother under arrest after a gruesome discovery.
2 of her children were found dead in a freezer at a Detroit townhouse, and 7 Action News reporter Jim Kurtzner has been on this case all day.
This mother of 4 was about to be evicted. They were going to throw her stuff in this dumpster. This discovery was made by a bailiff inside the unit, inside the freezer. The 2 kids, nobody else was here. But the mother told a friend just before she was arrested that her son was sexually assaulted. So is that another reason why she used some discipline? Police are not confirming this tonight.
Well, you could have just gave them to me. We could have figured out something. She like, I'm sorry. Well, that's what you should have been telling the kids. Like, you can't now, because they gone. That's just bold. Like, it's wrong.
This is her friend, 35-year-old Michelle Blair. Her middle name is Angela. She was known to everyone as Angel. Get this. Her friend says Michelle told her that her son was sexually assaulted, apparently by his siblings.
I'm like, Angel, why wouldn't you just get the kids to me? She like, Tori, I'm like, why you just didn't give them to me? We could have figured out something. She like, they was raping my son. Police say people here cooperated with them to find the mother at this complex.
We're still trying to determine what happened. And,
is she cooperating, Chief?
At this point, we're still in the middle of an early investigation, so I can't go into any statements.
The other 2 kids are in protective custody. A neighbor went to school with a 17-year-old daughter and says her mother was always nice. This is hard to take.
It's like unreal. She must have really had been going through something. But at the end of the day, it's nothing that you can go through to make you do that to kids, because they don't deserve it and they didn't ask to be here.
The bodies were taken from here to the Wayne County Medical Examiner's office to determine the cause of death and to find out if there was any other trauma. Were these kids beaten before they were put in the freezer? Police here said they had been in that freezer for some time. In Detroit, Jim Kurtzner, 7 Action News.